Hello, crafting buddies. Wilma from the Netherlands. And here is my table with the things about Creep on June by Tracie Fox, day 16. It was day 16 A and B because there was more papers, 2 papers. And where shall I start? First of all, you know that you find poems or other literary work by Edgar Allan Poe in this kit, and my day contained this part of a poem. It is a bit hard to read, and I'll explain to you why. Lucky me, I was a teacher of English for 40 years, and I studied English and English literature. So maybe I can just help us on and combine the arts of crafting and the arts of writing. There we go. So I'll be back about this poem. I backed it with some packaging, and I made it bigger because it made it easier to read. I'm 68, you see, So I'll put that away. I love the color teal and turquoise, and this picture in the ephemera really inspired me. Now, don't you like it? I just love the high room, the color, the books. And this poem, mind you, is part of the poem, Alone. I want to explain, because everybody knows that there is an enormous difference between alone and lonely. And this is called Alone. There's some loneliness in it too, mind you. I'll be back. Okay, this is my make. It's an old envelope, and I used Tim Holtz dies to make the word alone. I used the bats in Tim Holtz dies. Cats, you'll find cats coming back again and again, because as a child I was alone a lot, but not lonely because I had a cat, and I still do have cats. I've had cats all my life. This is the part where you can open it. There is a dangle of a bat and of a spider, all pretty creepy, I think. Morning. I'll open it, but first of all, I'll just take these out. These are little booklets or tags. Fate. I love this poem too because, well, that is Alone, isn't he? Looking at the moon, being all melancholic. Again, I used some Tim Holtz dies for the lettering. A bat. The gold is from something packaging of biscuits. Ghost, the same packaging. I don't know if you can see. I've got lots of light here. Can you see I put some gilding wax all over some of these things, so that's a bit gold shine. That's one of the tags, and this is a little booklet. Whisper. A bat and a black cat. I have a black cat, and as has Tracie. Tracie's is called Luna, I think, Trace. Mine is called Abdul, it's a boy. Moonlight. Again, this atmosphere of a room full of books. Some light, the moonlight coming in. These words are from one of the games. And here is the poem again. I used the usually thrown away bit with the bats where I cut them out. And here's the poem again. Right, I'll put that away. And then let's open the envelope. I used some stenciling, and here is another part of the make. A cat sitting there alone, enchanted. At the back, cats. I used part of this background, and here is that room again, that picture. I think this is not a booklet. And this is the parchment paper. Now have a look. Wow. If you want, you can look this up or take a screenshot. I'll keep it still. This is the entire poem, from which, let's see if I can get that in. That part was taken by Tracie and her husband, Jay. So, I must admit, I found it a bit awkward because the word "my sorrow" does not really fit into the lines. It's actually the last two words of the previous sentence, and I'll show you why that is. I'm going to read the poem to you. I hope you don't mind, because it brought tears in my eyes. It did. And I hope you can follow me reading it. If not, just listen. I'll put it down. Alone by Edgar Allan Poe. From childhood's hour I have not been as others were. I have not seen as others saw. I could not bring my passions from a common spring. From the same source I have not taken my sorrow. I could not awaken my heart to joy at the same tone, and all I loved alone. Then, in my childhood, in the dawn of most stormy life, was drawn from every depth of good and ill the mystery which binds me still, from the torrent or the fountain, from the red cliff of the mountain, from the sun that round me rolled. In its autumn tint of gold, from the lightning in the sky as it passed me flying by. From the thunder and the storm, and the cloud that took the form, when the rest of heaven was blue, of a demon in my view. Okay. Now, I will, as if I'm teaching, you can look this poem up. It is about a boy, if you know, or I'm a girl, so I just imagined it was me. I have not been as others were. So this is someone, look, I printed it out on white so I could read it more easily. I'm, as I said, 68. Here I used the old lettering because I thought it was more beautiful with a raven at the bottom. And this is the back. I'll explain it to you if you want to see. Because it's about a child. It says, ever since I was a child, this is a summary in modern day language. Ever since I was a child, I haven't been like other people. I've never perceived things the way that other people perceived them. Now comes the part that is on our poem. And I couldn't get excited about the same things that other people did. I do relate here. I haven't been sad for the same reasons. I've never felt the same happiness that others could. Everything that I loved all by myself. Back then, when I was little, at the start of my turbulent life, I discovered, for better or worse, the mysterious force which still has a hold on me. That mystery comes to me from waterfalls or springs, from the red rock mountainside, from the golden full sun that spun around me, from the lightning shooting past me through the sky, from the rumbling of thunderstorms, and from the clouds that once took the shape, while the rest of the sky was blue, of a devil in my eyes. Now that is the summary in modern English. Okay, I hope you liked that. I can still remember I was a bit of a highly sensitive child, and sometimes all the kids were laughing in class about something, and I just thought, why? And the same with things that made me unhappy. I remember one of my animals dying, and that class just laughed, it's only a cat, and things like that, remember things like that. So you feel a bit an outsider left out. Well, don't want to be, I don't want to sound depressed, but this is what I felt. And Creep on June, I think this is really a good choice, Jay and Tracie. So this was my make for June 16th. And yes, please continue enjoying making things, just using your own imagination and creating your own little world, hopefully in happiness. Thanks for listening and watching, and see you again. Bye bye.